Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Miss Cope's Read Aloud. Today is Thursday, and I have a feeling like it's going to be another beautiful day. I hope you are happy, safe, healthy, and I hope you take a moment to get outside and enjoy some fresh air. I hope I do. So let's pick up where we left off in our lovely book, With the Might of Angels. I've been looking forward to this. I hope you have too. All right, so we left off at Saturday, June 12th, 1954. Our family now owns two big books, the King James Bible, which is the Old Testament, and the Webster's Dictionary, also old. Even though the dictionary is used, it is all its pages as far as I can tell. Daddy insists that I keep the dictionary in my room. Smart children need books around them, he says. Man, is that a big book. How many words can there be in the world? Tonight I read the article from the New York newspaper a second time. I looked up two words in my dictionary, segregation and integration. Segregation means the state or condition of being separated. Integration means the act or interest of combining. If I wrote my own dictionary, I would call it the Dictionary of Donnie. Here are my definitions. Segregation. Negro kids go to Bethune. White kids go to Pretty Men Coburn. Colored people can't try on clothes or shoes they want to buy to see if they fit. We can pay for the clothes and shoes, but once we leave the store, we own the stuff whether it fits or not. Negroes can be hungrier than hungry, but we can't sit down at the food counter to eat at Woolsworth. We can be thirstier than sand in the desert, but we can't drink water from a fountain if the fountain's wearing a sign that says whites only. The same is true for swimming pools. Restaurants and the Hadley Motor Hotel, they're all segregated. Here is one more definition of segregation from the Dictionary of Donnie. And it says, segregation, stupid, period. Integration, pie in the sky, period. Sunday, June 13, 1954, diary book. After church day, a strange lady came to our house. She had two men with her. I know most folks in Hadley, and most folks know me and my family, but I had never seen the likes of these people. The men were Negroes, but the lady was white. I could tell by the looks of her they were not from around here. I have never in my whole life seen a white person come into our house with so much ease. She had a weird way of talking too, or maybe I should say talking. Every other word out of her mouth had a saw behind it. She asked Daddy if it was okay that she'd park their car in our driveway, and she didn't talk about her ideas. She was full of ideas. Even her clothes were not right. I'm smart for book learning, but I am no expert on girly, fashiony stuff. I don't know, though, that wearing a black dress in the middle of the afternoon is what people do only for funerals, and I have never seen lipstick that dark on a real-life person. The Negro man wore suits, but the suit jacket had wide lapels and cuffed pants. Definitely not something I've ever seen in Hadley. The not-from-around-here people spent near to a whole hour sitting in our living room, drinking lemonade from our glasses and talking to Mama and Daddy about their ideas. I was outside near an open window, so I caught snatches of what they were saying. I heard something about my stepping up speech. Goober must have sensed something weird, too. He was very restless. He kept snatching my pogo stick and trying to slam his feet on it, and singing and screeching, "Johnny can fly! Johnny can fly!" Finally, the people left. On the porch, Mama and Daddy shook their hands. The white lady in the black dress gave Mama a hug right outside where everybody could see. Goober and I were in the side yard. I'd given up my pogo sticks to Goober. It was the only way to keep him quiet. We watched the not from around here people drive away in their car. As soon as they were out of sight, I raced inside. Did somebody die? Saturday, June 19th, 1954, diary book. Here's a secret. I'm embarrassed to admit it out loud because it seems like a pie-in-the-sky wish that can't ever come true. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. I want people to call me Dr. Donnie Ray Johnson. Only then, studying hard, I'm not real sure on how I could get to become a doctor. I do know that I would have to first learn enough to be smart enough to somehow go to college, then doctor school. What I don't know is how you get the learning you need that puts you into college so you can go to doctor school after that. What I also do know is that whatever books and supplies a kid needs to learn the stuff to go to college and then to doctor school are not at Bethune. And what I also don't know is anyone who's ever gone to college. That's why Mr. Donnie Ray Johnson is as far away as Mars. Tuesday, June 22nd, 1954. Diary book. Daddy bought me a present, a new Jackie Robinson baseball card. I have now read the stats on the card at least 100 times. I'm tucking the card in my diary's staff gutter to mark today's date as the day the card got to be mine. The stuff about Jackie is sure nifty. Here are some Jackie facts. Jackie Roosevelt, Jackie Robinson. Major League Baseball debut, April 15, 1947 for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Received the Major League Baseball Rookie of the Year award in 1947. The first Negro player to win the National League Most Valuable Player award in 1949. Bats, right. Throws, right. I want to add one more fact about Jackie. Bravest player on the field. Saturday, June 26, 1954. Diary book. Today I told Yolanda about my dream of being a doctor. Why in the world did I do that? I might as well have been telling her that hogs can dance and the hokey pokey. Yolanda laughed so hard. She asked me, have you ever seen a colored doctor in Hadley? Well, no, I've never seen a colored doctor or a colored nurse either. I've seen plenty of colored teachers and preachers, but no Negroes working in medicine. Before I could ask, Yolanda told me, my pa says there are only colored doctors in places like New York City and not many of them. What I didn't tell Yolanda was that I saw a colored lawyer once. I actually saw 3 colored lawyers. I didn't see them for real in person, walking around and talking. I saw their picture in the New York paper along with the article about integration. I have unpasted and repasted the picture part of that article here. The words under the picture say, those lawyers are sure smiling. They look really happy. If they are Negro lawyers, they must be colored doctors and nurses too. So this is what the article said. Leaders in segregation fight. Lawyers who led battle before U.S. Supreme Court for abolition of segregation in public schools congratulate one another as they leave court after announcing the announcement of the decision. Left to right, Georgie C. Hayes, Thurgood Marshall, and James M. Nobred. Kind of see the picture of them at the courthouse, shaking each other's hands. And we learned about Thurgood Marshall. So Tuesday, June 29th, 1954, diary book. I just had to write 2 letters today, one to Jackie Robinson and one to some other people I probably won't ever meet, but who I admire. Letter number 1. Dear Jackie Robinson, my friend Yolanda squashed my dream of becoming a doctor before the dream even had a chance to grow. Her words hit me hard, real hard. Mr. Jackie Robinson, what did your best friend say when you told him you wanted to play baseball in the major leagues? Do you laugh hard and ask, have you ever seen a colored baseball player in the major leagues? I bet you're laughing now. Signed, waiting to be, Dr. Donnie Ray Johnson. Letter number 2. Dear Georgie C. Hayes, Thurgood Marshall, and James M. Nobred, if you've ever seen a heel stomping on a wildflower, that's what it was like when I told my best friend that I wanted to be a doctor. Yolanda just smushed my wish. It hurt when she did that. Dear lawyers, now that I have seen your picture and read about you, I know what's possible. But I have to ask, what did your friends say when you said you were going to be a lawyer? Did they smush your dreams? Did it hurt? Now that you've shown them what having a dream can mean, are they smiling as much as you are in the New York newspaper photograph? Sunday, July 4th, 1954, diary book. Everybody and their brother comes to Linden Park for a picnic on the 4th of July. I don't know who decided to call Linden a park. The park is really just the back lot of Clem's Linden's barber shop, a place rusty cars and dandelions call home. It's home to us too, one of the places in Hadley where white people won't go. We can be free to do whatever we want, how we want. Clem's got a small patch of collards growing next to his tomato plants, and a mess of pole beans coming out of the land like the legs of a giant. Reverend Collier and his wife showed up at the same time we did. The Reverend has the biggest car in all of Lee County. It's a Pontiac, with fenders so shiny you can look into them and clean the corn kernels from your teeth. Somebody had already set up tables of food. There were heaps of coleslaw and mac and cheese, and I had to wonder if there was a chicken left alive within 20 miles of Hadley. The tables were covered with drumsticks and thighs. Yolanda's pa and Daddy played horseshoe with Clem Linden and Reverend Collier. All they talked about was this integration business. Daddy said, "It's about time, but this is not going to be an easy fight." Yolanda's pa said, "If integration means white and blacks are supposed to go to school together, white children can come to Bethune. Let us teach them a thing or two. Let us show them how the other half lives." Clem was quick to point out, "They're going to make our lives miserable. White folks can't stand knowing we're getting something they have. I'm not throwing my kids into that hornet's nest. My children are staying at Bethune." The Reverend said, "This is a time of hope for our children. The best way to make that hope into something real is to rise and meet it." Soon, it seemed everybody was discussing integration. If collards could talk, they would have been debating with Clem's tomatoes. I was sick of it all. I'm glad I brought my baseball bat. I was able to wrestle a game together. Reverend Collier volunteered to be the ump. Freddie Melvin was the pitcher. Freddie's got more hot air than a wind balloon with a basket underneath it. He makes my gift of gab sound like mumbling. I was the first batter up. Freddie Melvin shouted, "Hey, Grandma, you ready to play ball?" "Just pitch it, will you?" I said. Freddie pitched underhand slowly. He was treating me like a girl player. When the ball looped at me, I caught it. Didn't even try to swing. I walked the ball back to Freddie. "Pitch it regular," I told him. "I'm ready to bat and to run." "Don't you need a cane for running, little old lady?" Freddie said. Freddie knew I could bat the pants off of anybody. He was just wisecracking. His next pitch came fast overhand. Yeah, Freddie can call me Grandma all he wants, but this granny hit a triple. "Here's your ball back, Gramps," I called to Freddie. "I hear there's a sale on canes down at Milderton's. You might want to get one." I hollered from third base. Roger Wilkes was up next. If I'm Grandma and Freddie's Gramps, Roger's great-great-grandpa. He moves slower than slow and can't bat worth a dime. "Bring me home, Roger," I yelled. I sure wish Freddie had pitched Roger a slow pokey underhand girly pitch. Roger's the one who needed it, not me. Freddie was making it worse by winding up his arm to show Roger he meant business. The pitch came. Swoosh. Roger jumped back out of the way. "Strike one," called Reverend Collier. Freddie's next pitch was faster than the first. It tore past Roger. "Strike two." "I want to go home, Roger." "Home, you hear?" I shouted. Roger adjusted his glasses. "Home, Donnie," he nodded. Shoo! Freddie's third pitch was a smear of white. Roger leaned in and managed a good hit. He worked his way to first base. I hauled it home. Freddie came at me with the ball, trying to get me out before my feet landed on the base. But I was too fast for Gramps. "Safe," called Reverend Collier. It was sure true. Today in Linden Park, I was as safe as could be. Man, that base running felt good. A summer heat hung its warmth around me. Integration flew far out of my mind. Sunset's light had called every mosquito in Hadley, inviting them to leave a dotty map on my arms and legs. Then came dusk and fireworks dancing in the night sky. All right, friends, I think we're going to leave it there today. I will see you at same place, maybe same time, again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Toodles.